So we are often told that innovation is only possible because of the profit motive. Never mind the fact that in order for this to be true, you need to ignore the past 60,000 or so years of human history that predate capitalism. But never mind that, because the whole point of this saying is to highlight the fact that socialism doesn't work because without profit, there is no incentive to innovate. Okay, so in 1917 Russia, you had a capitalist nation made up of illiterate dirt farmers, literally called serfs, who had absolutely no upward mobility of any kind, and you would have generations of your family be born, work, and die in the same spot while the oligarchs and royals got richer. Then the revolution happens, and socialism takes over. Now, fast forward 35 years, and the illiterate dirt farming serfs have literally invented space travel. Oh, and along the way, they ended homelessness, introduced women's rights and suffrage, attained the highest literacy rate in the world, introduced universal healthcare, and they won a world war. All without a single shred of profit motive. But how? None of this innovation should have been possible without profit motive. Well, that's because innovation doesn't actually come from profit motive. In reality, innovation comes from necessity. Capitalism just turns innovation into mindless consumerism. But you can actually take this a step further. Not only does capitalism not lead to innovation, it actually goes out of its way to crush innovation. That's why we have 2,000 Marvel movies, 30,000 brands of toothpaste, and every surface imaginable is suffocated by ads like barnacles on a whale. On top of that, capitalism refuses to innovate solutions to any of the crises we face because it's too busy exploiting those crises for profit. That's why people are crippled by medical debt, homelessness is criminalized to fill for-profit jails, and fire department is underfunded, so wildfires can turn neighborhoods to ash so property developers can come and flip the land for profit. In fact, not only does profit motive not innovate, it is inherently unnatural. Profit motive only exists because community has been actively destroyed by capitalism. There is literally no point to profit motive in societies based around community. For example, you don't need to sell a hammer to every person in a village when communities can share the tools they need. You only need to bake so much bread if the goal is to feed your community rather than maximize the sales for profit. And if you think that sounds utopian and naive, again, and I cannot stress this enough, the vast majority of human history operated this way, focusing on community needs rather than profit. In fact, for almost all of history, economies were created to serve society. Capitalism is the only economic system ever that demands society serves it. And it is this insane logic that has brought the planet to the brink of collapse. And if we continue to follow the road of profit motive, I guarantee you that is the only destination we will ever reach. Anyway, something to think about.